First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you how to get this really nice, like bronzy orange red halo eye makeup look using the Laura Lee and Violet Voss palette. I finally got my hands on this when they restocked it. So I wanted to do a look showcasing this palette. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just please keep on watching. So first I'm going to start out by taking Maybelline's Baby Skin Primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my skin, and I'm going to rub it in around my nose and around the areas around my nose that get more pores, just to make sure that it focuses on those. Then taking Urban Decay's Naked Skin Foundation, I'm just going to take this and blend it out all over my skin using a beauty blender. I didn't want a full coverage look, and this is perfect for that because a little bit of skin still peeks through, but it does cover most of my problem areas. Then to go back through and conceal the areas of my face I want to conceal, like my dark circles, I'm going to use Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer, which is super nice. It's very pigmented, it's very full coverage, and it blends out so nice and it like sets itself. So I'm just going to put that on my problem areas and blend it out with a beauty blender. Then to set the Shape Tape, I'm just going to take a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent powder underneath my eyes on my damp beauty blender. Then to set the rest of my skin, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, which I've been absolutely loving lately. It's so finely milled. It's so nice. I definitely recommend you checking it out because it's super cheap and it's very high quality. Then moving on to eyes, I'm going to prime my eyelids using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, which is my holy grail primer. For eyeshadows today, I'm going to take the Laura Lee and Violet Voss palette, and I start out by taking the shade Basic, which is a light neutral shade, and I'm just going to set the Painterly Paint Pot to make sure that the colors I apply on top blend very seamlessly and nicely. Then for my blender shade, I'm going to take the shade Press Pot and Britches, which I love the names that Laura Lee created for this palette. They're so funny. And I'm just going to take these on a Wet n Wild blender brush, and I'm just going to focus this into my crease, and I'm just going to really blow it out and make sure there's no harsh edges. And I'm just going to work it back in circular motions and windshield wiper motions until I get a very seamless blend. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Then taking Alabama, which is a really deep reddish brown shade, I'm going to use this on a more pointed like crease brush, which is a Luxie brush, and I'm just going to focus this directly in my crease just to really deepen up and intensify the shape of my eye and just make it a little bit deeper. So once I apply the actual shade, I'm going to go back with that same blender brush, and I'm just going to focus it and blend it until there's no harsh edges. Then going into 1988, I'm going to take this on a flatter crease brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to focus it on the inner and outer corner first. I recommend using a more dense brush for this because these are very foiled shadows, so they're a little bit harder to work with on a brush, which is why I go back in now with my finger and I actually press the shade on first, and then I go back with the brush to blend it out. So that's what I would recommend. So I'm just going to apply it on the inner and outer corner, and then go back with the brush and create the line for the crease. And this is how I'm going to start focusing and creating the halo eye look, because you want the deeper on the outer and the inner, and then have it connecting in the middle in the crease. Then going in with a Rammer Jammer, I'm just going to use this to really deepen up the outer and inner corner as well as the crease, just to add a little bit more of a warm burgundy shade and just overall really intensify and deepen the look. Once again, it's the same like concept of the foiled shadows and the same concept of the halo eye. Just go back and forth and add those areas. I even went back and took the smaller crease brush just to help blend everything out more seamlessly. Now going in with Hissy Fit. I love this shade. It's a super pigmented gold shade. I'm going to take this and I'm going to press this on with my finger directly onto the center of the eyelid. This is going to create the halo effect. So once I apply it with my finger, I'm going to go back with that same brush and I'm going to blur out the edges so it's not a very harsh defined look. Then going into whiskers, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use this to really deepen the crease and the inner and outer corner, just applying that with a tiny little brush and going back in with my Wet n Wild blender brush to blend out the harsh edges. Then taking the shade Sugar, I'm going to use this to highlight my brow bone as well as a little bit of my inner corner just to add a little bit more light to my face. Then going in with the Too Faced sketch marker, I'm just going to do my everyday winged eyeliner. Once again, like I always say, you don't have to do this, but I love the way it looked with this look. So I'm going to do this, or you can do no eyeliner or just a small little line. Up to you. Now going in with Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy, I'm going to just apply this onto the center of my eyelid where the halo part is. I really thought this intensified the look and gave it a little extra oomph, so definitely do this. Going back in with Alabama, I'm going to take this on a small crease brush that we used before, and I'm just going to use this to smoke out my lower lash line just to make sure that it is smoky on the top and on the bottom so it is even. Then going back in with Whiskers in the same crease brush that I used before, I'm just going to take this and go on the outer portion of my lower lash line and slightly work it in just to deepen up the entire lower lash line. Then I'm just going to take the Hikari black eyeliner pencil and line my waterline just to deepen it up a bit and define my eyes. And then just going to go in with the Tarte's Light Camera Lashes mascara to top off my lashes. And this is the completed eye look. Now let's move on and finish the face. For bronzer today, I'm going to use Benefit's Hoola Bronzer, which is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to take this on a big Morphe brush and just buff it all over my face. I don't really want to contour, I want to more bronze up my skin, so that is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going in with Tarte's blush in the shade Ironic. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks and work it back using a carroty stippling brush. For highlight today, I'm going to layer two of my favorites right now, and it is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Peach Goddess. I'm going to first apply this as my base shade all over the place and blend it out, and then to go back and intensify, I'm going to take Jouer's Citrine highlighter and apply it on the high points of my face and blend it out all over the place. I'm also going to put it on the tip of my nose and on my Cupid's bow just to make myself look overall super, super glowy. Then to set all the powders on my skin, I'm going to take Fix Plus and I'm going to drench myself in it and just let it dry. For lipstick today, I'm going to take MAC's Velvet Teddy lipstick and I'm going to apply this all over my lips. It's a really nice warm neutral shade. It's a little less nude on me because I'm very pale, but I really like this shade. Then just to top off the lips, I'm going to take the Lorac Lip Luster Cream in the shade Tiara, which is a nice nudie pale shade. It just gives a really nice glossy look and it also lightens up the lip color a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you did. Also, subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!